Earth looked peaceful from space. A small blue world, quiet and calm, floating in the darkness. People lived their ordinary lives. Children went to school, workers sat in traffic, and cities glowed at night like tiny constellations. Nothing on the surface showed danger, power, or mystery. To humans, Earth was home. To the galaxy, Earth was nothing. Far beyond human knowledge, hundreds of alien empires watched the planet from hidden stations. They followed its broadcasts, scanned its atmosphere, and tracked every rocket that left its orbit. To them, Earth looked weak. No advanced fleets. No superweapons. No interstellar cities. Just a developing species living on a fragile world. The Galactic Council, the most powerful group in known space, held endless meetings about which planet they should control next. Earth always stayed at the bottom of their list. It seemed too small, too simple, too easy. They believed attacking Earth would not even require effort. But everything changed when one of their scouts made a new report. Human population rising quickly. Human technology growing faster than expected. Human curiosity extremely dangerous. Still, the council laughed. They are early-stage mammals, one commander said. They play with metal ships and think they can reach the stars. But another voice in the chamber whispered something different. They learn too fast. For years, the council ignored this warning. But when Earth started sending radio waves into deep space and testing strange new machines, fear began to grow. Human science was slow compared to the galaxy, but human creativity was not. Humans built strange, unstable devices that made no sense to the alien mind. Machines powered by emotions, curiosity, or pure desperation. The kind of technology empires feared, because unpredictable things were harder to defeat. Still, Earth remained unprotected. No fleets. No allies. No idea that the galaxy even existed. That is why the Council decided Earth would be their next target. A weak, unaware planet. An easy win. A message to show their strength. While the galaxy made its dark plans, one man on Earth was busy with something strange and forgotten. His name was Dr. Elias Ward. A quiet scientist with messy hair, tired eyes, and a mind that never stopped thinking. He worked alone in an abandoned research station far out in the desert, miles away from cities, noise, and distraction. The world had moved on from him. But he had not moved on from his dream. Elias believed there was something out there. Something watching. Something waiting. That is why he built a huge metal antenna standing tall like a lonely tower against the sky. It was made from old parts, broken satellites, and experimental components no one approved. He called it the Echo Engine. A machine designed to send signals deeper into space than anything humans had built before. Most people thought Elias was strange. Some thought he was wasting his life. But Elias continued his work, day and night, convinced he would discover something no one else could. One evening, as the sun dropped behind the mountains, Elias powered up the antenna again. The machine hummed loudly. Lights flickered. The desert wind carried dust across the empty station floor. Elias pressed a few keys, clicked a switch, and began another long test. He did not know that the moment he activated the machine, the galaxy felt it. Far away, alien sensors detected a sudden spike, strong, sharp, unnatural. A pulse from Earth. The Galactic Council stopped their meeting. Weapons officers froze at their stations. Every ship within 100 systems turned their scanners toward the small blue planet. The signal looked powerful. Too powerful. It carried energy waves no human should understand. What did the humans send? A council member asked. Nothing yet, another replied. This is only the beginning of the signal. The chamber grew silent. They expected Earth to be weak. They expected Earth to be easy. They never expected Earth to send something that felt like a threat. Back on the desert floor, Elias did not notice anything strange. He only saw numbers on his monitor rising slightly. That is new," he whispered. He believed he was doing a routine test. He had no idea the entire galaxy was now watching him. He had no idea his signal had already changed the future. And he had no idea Earth had just awakened something that would soon terrify the greatest powers in the universe. The desert night grew colder as Dr. Elias Ward stepped outside to check the antenna motors. The sky above him was full of stars, silent, distant, harmless. He felt alone, unaware that millions of eyes across the galaxy were now locked on Earth. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, alarms flashed around a massive hologram of the Milky Way. A bright dot pulsed near the edge of the spiral arm. That dot was Earth. The signal from Elias's machine was no ordinary pulse. It behaved like something alive. It changed frequency. It changed direction. It even seemed to search for something in space. The Council's chief observer, a tall creature with crystal-like skin, leaned forward. "Run a full analysis. Now." Technicians in the chamber activated scanners. The results appeared instantly. Energy output, too high for human level. Structure unknown. No consistent pattern. No origin technology identified. Then one line appeared on every screen. Threat level, unknown. Potential danger, extreme. Panic spread in the room. "They are early-stage mammals," one commander repeated, now trembling. "They cannot create this." But the data did not lie. One of the oldest species, the Serac, whispered nervously. "I have only seen this kind of signal once. Thousands of years ago. Before a whole star system vanished." The room fell silent. If Earth, this small ignored planet, had created something linked to ancient power, then attacking it could be suicide. "We need confirmation," said the council speaker. "Send a scout ship. Immediately." Thousands of light years away, inside a sleek black vessel, a scout captain named Veril received the order. "Approach Earth. Observe the source of the signal. But do not provoke it." Veril felt his heart freeze. No one wanted to go near a signal that could erase star systems. But orders were orders. His ship jumped into hyperspace. Back on Earth, Elias sat in his dusty control room, staring at the screen. The numbers were still rising. He frowned. This is not possible. The power should not increase on its own. He checked the generator. It was stable. He checked the cables. No issues. He checked the circuits. All normal. The only thing not normal was the antenna itself. It was glowing faintly. Almost breathing. Elias stepped back slowly. "What are you doing?" But before he could investigate, the monitor flashed. Something was returning a signal. Not from Earth. Not from a satellite. Something from deep space. Elias froze. "What? What is answering me?" The return signal came through the speakers, soft at first, then rising into a low humming sound that felt like a voice trying to speak. Elias's chest tightened. "Is someone there?" He waited. The humming sharpened. The entire station vibrated. Then, suddenly. Bang! The generators shut down instantly. The lights died. The room went silent. Elias stood in total darkness. His heart pounded in his ears. He reached for a flashlight, but before he could turn it on, the antenna outside lit up like a pillar of white fire. A beam shot upward into the sky. Elias looked in shock as the light expanded, almost forming a shape, a symbol, something ancient. He whispered, "What have I activated?" At that exact moment, Captain Veril's ship dropped out of hyperspace near Earth. His sensors went wild. "Unbelievable," he gasped. The signal from Earth was not a message. It was a warning. A warning coded in a technology so advanced his scanners could not break through it. The ship's AI spoke shakily. "Captain, Captain. The signal, it contains a phrase." "A phrase?" Veril whispered. "What does it say?" The AI hesitated. Then the words appeared in glowing letters on his screen. "Do not approach Earth." Veril felt every part of his body weaken. Something on Earth had spoken. Something beyond human. Something that just ordered the galaxy to stay away. He turned to his crew. "We must leave. Now." "But we just arrived." "Leave," he shouted. His ship accelerated instantly, fleeing from the planet like it was a living monster. Back in the council chamber, Veril's report arrived within minutes. The speaker replayed the message for every empire to hear. "Do not approach Earth." The chamber erupted in chaos. "It is a weapon. It is a guardian. It is an ancient species. Earth is protected. Earth is dangerous." Fear spread through the galaxy like a wildfire. Millions of worlds suddenly realized. Earth, the quiet, ignored planet, might not be quiet at all. The message, "Do not approach Earth," echoed across the Galactic Council chamber like a storm rolling through metal walls. No one dared to breathe. The words came from a planet they believed was weak, yet the warning felt older, stronger, and deeper than anything the galaxy had felt in centuries. A species known for their courage, the Kaldor warriors, suddenly closed their armored masks in fear. The crystalline Serac scribbled ancient symbols, trying to match the message with old cosmic records. Even the mechanical Vexian drones, who felt no emotion, changed their glow to a darker shade, something they only did when calculating extreme danger. The council speaker forced himself to speak. Earth was not supposed to have this power. A low whisper came from the shadows. What if Earth never created the signal? The question silenced the room. "What do you mean?" another asked. "What if something beneath Earth activated it? Something waiting, something dormant." A chill passed through the chamber. Meanwhile, Captain Veril's ship raced through space, far away from Earth. Veril sat in silence, feeling his heart thumping. His crew whispered among themselves. Did Earth do that? No human could. What if something is living under their planet? We should tell everyone to stay away. Veril stared into space, unable to remove the memory of the glowing message. Do not approach Earth. It felt less like a warning, and more like a promise. On Earth, Elias Ward still stood outside the antenna, watching the last of the white light fade. His station smelled like burnt metal. Sparks flickered from the cables. The sand around the antenna had turned into black glass, as if something extremely hot had passed through it. Elias touched one of the glassy patches. It was warm, almost pulsing. What did you do? He whispered to the antenna. He hurried back inside. His screens were dead. Every device was fried except one, the old recorder he used for voice notes. It clicked on by itself. A soft voice came through. Not human. Not mechanical. A voice that echoed like it came from inside the earth itself. You are not ready to understand. Elias froze. Who are you? Static crackled. Then the voice answered. A guardian. Elias felt the air leave his lungs. Guardian of what? Humanity. Before Elias could ask more, the recorder shut off again. The screen stayed dark. He stood alone, shaking, unable to explain what he had just heard. Back in deep space, the panic spread. Entire regions received the signal. Civilizations that once laughed at humans now sat trembling. In the merchant systems, traders whispered. Earth is protected by something ancient. In the warrior systems, generals whispered. Earth has awakened a power that can break fleets. In the forbidden star zones, even the shadow species spoke softly. The beacon has returned. Every part of the galaxy felt the same truth. Earth was no longer small. Earth was no longer weak. Earth was now a mystery wrapped in fear. The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting at once. All 26 empires were present. "We cannot attack Earth now," the speaker announced. One of the reptilian marsh-lords roared, "Why not? We have the largest fleet in this arm of the galaxy." A Serac elder responded calmly, "Because your fleet cannot survive what lives under Earth." A silence heavier than gravity filled the chamber. The elder continued, "Older than our empires, older than our suns, there are signals in our ancient archives that match Earth's pulse. It belongs to the same class of energy once used by the extinguished ones." Several empires gasped. The extinguished ones were a mysterious, godlike civilization feared even in stories. They vanished long before the council was created. But, why would something connected to the extinguished ones protect a primitive world like Earth, someone asked. No one had an answer. On Earth, Elias tried to restart the antenna control screen. It flickered weakly, then displayed a message he did not type. "They are watching. Do not trust them." Elias stepped back in fear. "Who wrote this?" "Guardian, is that you?" The message changed. "You must warn your people. The galaxy will come. They fear you now." Elias swallowed hard. His heart pounded, but he forced himself to remain calm. "What do they fear?" he whispered. The answer appeared slowly, word by word. "Human potential." Elias stared at the screen as all the pieces began to connect. The galaxy was panicking, not because Earth was strong, but because something believed Earth could become strong. And now, that belief had awakened a guardian force the galaxy did not understand. A force that had chosen to reveal itself only now. Earth had been ignored for too long. Now the galaxy regretted it. Because Earth was no longer a quiet planet. It was becoming a warning. The desert remained dark and silent, but Elias Ward could not shake the feeling that something was approaching. The air felt heavier, as if the sky itself was pressing down on him. The strange message on his screen, "Human potential," kept echoing in his mind. He stepped outside again, staring at the antenna. It no longer glowed, but the sand around it still looked burned. The wind carried the smell of electricity. Elias felt small in the endless desert night. He whispered, "What did I wake up?" He did not know his question had already reached far beyond Earth. In the cold emptiness of space, 3 small alien ships moved in formation. They were not part of a fleet. They were not soldiers. They were envoys, sent to Earth to confirm if the Guardian signal was real. Inside the lead vessel, a young alien diplomat named Celian tightened her grip on her chair. Her species, the Ashari, were known for their bravery, but even she felt fear rising in her chest. "Distance to Earth, 20,000 kilometers, her navigator reported. Celian nodded, but her voice shook. "Slow down. Do not trigger anything." Her crew kept their eyes on the observation windows. Earth grew larger and brighter as they approached, beautiful, peaceful, innocent. The navigator whispered, "How can a world like that send a message that freezes the galaxy?" No one answered. The envoy ships descended carefully, as if the planet were a sleeping creature that might wake if touched too harshly. On Earth, Elias felt a vibration under his feet. It was soft at first, barely noticeable. But it grew stronger, like a distant engine hum crossing the sky. Elias froze. What now? He looked up, and saw 3 silver shapes cutting through the night sky, heading straight for him. Their engines glowed with an eerie blue light. Spacecraft. Alien spacecraft. Elias stumbled backward in shock. No, 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 this cannot be real. The ships slowed as they approached his station. Dust swirled around them in giant circles. Their landing thrusters created glowing ripples in the sand, shaping patterns Elias had never seen before. With a final hiss, the ships touched down gently. Elias backed up until he hit the wall of the station. His breath came in short bursts. His hands shook. A ramp lowered from the lead ship. Elias held his breath. Something stepped out. Celian walked slowly down the ramp, her movements calm but cautious. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dark. She wore armor that looked ceremonial rather than combative. Behind her, 2 guards followed, tall, silent, unknown. Elias could not speak. He could barely think. The 3 aliens stopped a few meters away. Celian raised her hands slowly, palms open, a universal gesture of peace. "Human," she said softly. Elias blinked. His chest tightened. You speak English?" Celian shook her head gently. "No. But your guardian allows us to understand." Elias swallowed hard. What?" Celian took a careful step forward, her voice respectful, almost reverent. "Forgive us for coming. We mean no harm." Elias found his voice. "Who are you? Why are you here?" Celian lowered her head slightly. "We come as messengers. We come to apologize." Elias stared at her, confused. "Apologize? For what?" Celian's voice trembled. "For choosing Earth as a target." Elias felt his knees weaken. Celian continued, "We believed your world was unprotected. We believed humans were alone." Her gaze shifted toward the antenna. "But we were wrong. Something older than our oldest memory guards you." Elias shook his head slowly. "You keep saying guardian. What guardian?" Celian stepped aside and pointed at the antenna. "The one who sent the message. The one who warned the galaxy." Then she whispered. "The one who spoke through your machine." Elias felt his heart stop. "You heard it too?" Celian nodded. "Every ship, every world, every empire heard its voice. And none of us understand it." She paused. "But we know its power. And we know one truth now, Earth is not alone." Before Elias could respond, the antenna flared again. A deep, vibrating hum filled the night. The sand trembled. The air rippled with heat. Celian and her guards dropped to their knees instantly, heads bowed. Elias stood frozen as a familiar voice echoed through the station speakers, louder and clearer than ever before. "They should not be here." Elias's voice cracked. "You again. What do you want?" The wind roared. The antenna glowed like a second sun. Then the voice spoke. "Humanity's time is coming. They fear you because they see your future. But you are not ready to meet them." Celian trembled, still kneeling. Elias stared at the antenna, feeling fear and responsibility mix inside him. "What do I do?" he whispered. The final message came, soft but powerful. "You must choose who can approach Earth. And who must never return." The light faded. The desert fell silent again. But nothing was the same. Earth was no longer a forgotten.